Hello everyone, today we are going to see how to use FastHTML for mobile development actually. So before I show you how to do this, let's see what we are going to do. This is completely experimental, it's the first time that has been tried as far as I know, at least by me. And what we are going to do is this kind of to-do app. It's exactly the same that is already posted in FastHTML as an example. It should be here. You go to FastHTML examples, you can see this app heavily commented. I just grabbed the one without comments and converted it into a mobile app. You can see that it's the same. You can ask, welcome to Hyperview. It works, so you can delete other ones, or you can edit items. So how does this work? This works using Hyperview or HXML. If you read the Hypermedia systems book, you will know about this. Essentially, it's a HTMX version for mobile. And the difference is that it, instead of leveraging the browser as a client, leverages some kind of, let's say, custom browser in the phone that it's going to be installed, but the users will not see this. The users will only see your app installed. And the syntax is very similar to HTMX. So I thought, why not try to use FastHTML? And it works pretty well. In order to convert this app into the other one, we only need to create some elements that HXML has. If we see here, in HTML we have these kind of tags, and in HXML we have slightly different ones, but many of them are similar, like body, and there are more of them. The difference, instead of divs, you use views and some other stuff, but it's pretty similar. So I added some of these ones. Actually, body is not necessary because it already exists in HTML. We have a normal app, and the way this works is the mobile application will never contain the application. It will always talk to a server. So in a way, it's like very similar to FastHTML or any backend development software, because the backend, instead of giving back HTML as like FastHTML does, will reply with HXML. And this client that will live in the mobile phone knows how to interpret this into an application. Some difference, for example, is that in order to render the response, it has to be XML, and it has to have this kind of content type. Then we have a basic layout. This, instead of our HTML and body, it's called doc, and the styles, instead of having CSS, we have this list. I will not go into details because this will be shared, so I just wanted to give you a sneak preview. And you have to define what is called a namespace. In this case, is the default namespace. Again, all these details, if you read Hypermedia Systems book, are going to be very clear. So I will just show how it happens in FastHTML. We have a to-do item. The update works exactly the same as in FastHTML because the database is just SQLite. And then let's actually go to the main. Sorry, I did not order this too much yet. The main view, this is our index. It's called Hyperview because the client expects it like this, but we can change it. And the only thing we do is we get our list of to-dos, and the to-dos have this method which will render them in HXML. Each to-do will be a view with some text instead of the typical P in HTML, and they will have buttons. The big difference is that because mobile interactions are much richer than the browser, the concept here is called behaviors. So when a behavior can be a click, a tap, a drag. There's more behaviors than in the web browser, and especially interestingly is that you can create new behaviors to create completely new interactions. But this needs to be done on the client side, let's say. For now, we have very simple behaviors, which is press, And in a similar fashion to HTMX, we say, okay, this is the endpoint for editing, and the action will be replaced. This would be similar to the HX target replace, I think, replace inner or replace outer, and this kind of tags. You have the action and the target. Same for the delete button, and if we go to the delete endpoint, we see that we just return clear details, which returns an empty element. Actually, this is not needed because this is from, I have not migrated this. Okay, so how do we run this? This is designed, again, to be installed in the mobile phone, but I didn't get that far yet. I am using Expo, which is a utility to run tests locally. And essentially, what it allows you to do, what we will do is we will run, if you run yarn iOS, you need to install some simulators, and I hope to create a guide about this because the official documentation was not the best. But if you run this demo, it will say type error, network request failed. This is expected because it means that the app in the phone is trying to contact the remote server, but there's no remote server finding, it's not finding the remote server. What you have to do is set the base URL. This is the most important concept in Hyperview because it means this is where my server is listening, and I assume that all the interaction will happen through this server. Because when we go here, let's see, when we go to an action, we just specify the path, and then Hyperview will know, okay, this is the base URL of my server, and when there is an action with a target, I will contact this. So it can be configured more robustly, but for now it's quite easy to just export the environment variable, and we will say, hey, my server, my FastHTML server here is running. I'm going to run it again so you can see. I run my FastHTML server in port 5001, and here I just specify the same. And now when I open Yarn iOS simulator, it will preload. It's bundling the JavaScript of the client side, let's say, and it is not working. Let me see. Not found. All right, because I deleted this prefix. Okay. So now, wait. Okay. I modified some stuff before now. So git status. This is okay. Hyperview in the app. Here. I was trying to get it not to require the Hyperview prefix, but for now, let's go with the prefix. If we do this, we have a Hyperview. And if we go to our server, we'll see these are the ones that failed, and this is the basic Hyperview index. If we delete something, the server just has a delete. And that's everything for now. I hope you guys are interested. There are some caveats that I want to work around, like authentication system. I don't know how I would work in this. And the guide was not straightforward for me to set up, so I lost some time installing the simulator and running it on the phone. Actually, you can run it on the phone. Let me try. But in order to run it on the phone, here you should have, instead of the local host, you will need to use your IP address. So let me get it. So here, what we will have to do is, let me check what's my IP. Okay, so here you need to use your IP and then yarn start, I think. Okay, yeah, so now here you have this, and I think this is where things broke. because you need a specific version of Expo, and I had a wrong one, so I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. I have the Expo app in the phone also, and you can scan QR code, and we'll see. Okay, yeah. So this was the problem, like this is incompatible with Expo 53. So I need to downgrade, and I will do that in another video. Okay, so I actually got it to run. I'm not 100% sure of the details, but you need to use your local IP, so then your phone can connect. I am not sure why running on 5001 was not working. I don't know if it's a default port or where it needs to be configured, but now as you can see, we have the same thing in the phone, and clearly there's some stuff going on that I don't know about. But if I try to delete an element, click now, we clearly have the post delete. I am not sure about what all the rest is. But yeah, so far so good. And this is what I would like to learn more about and get people, if they're interested, to learn about this together. And have a nice weekend.